Everybody, it's Chris and Bianca here again from Aesthetic Hub. We're here today at one of Singapore's newest clinics, the Aeon clinic with Dr. Michael Kim. Nice to meet you again, Doctor.
Hi, nice to meet you again, Chris.
I've got a few questions for you, if that's all right.
Sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Obviously, you've trained very extensively to be a medical doctor and so on. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and your new clinic?
Sure. The name of our clinic is Aeon Medical and Aesthetic Center. Because my background being, I was born and raised in the United States, and then being of ethnically Korean descent, our family moved back to Korea, and that's where I received my medical training and also surgical training. And I've been in Singapore for the last 8 years, where I've been practicing here. And so I've had background in family medicine, and I'm now accredited family physician with the Singapore Ministry of Health, and also had aesthetic training. And so I'm now hoping to do what I can to contribute to the aesthetic scene here in Singapore from a Korean perspective.
I see that you have Korean staff.
Yes.
All Korean staff, which
Right.
is actually nice to see with a Korean doctor and a Korean influenced clinic.
So currently I'm the only doctor with full medical license in Korea and Singapore. And this is the first clinic also that is run by a Korean doctor. There are many, of course, clinics who have a bit of Korean training or trying Korean techniques, but this is the first and only genuine Korean clinic with a Korean doctor, myself. And also we have Korean staff here to serve you, with the coordinator, the manager, and also the aesthetic therapist. And so one of the things that we would like to provide is a taste of what Korean service is like, because I feel that there is a difference in the service that is provided in Korean clinics and in Singapore clinics, and that's something we would like our clients to experience here.
Obviously being brought up in Korea as well, spending a lot of time there, being trained there, and obviously now having your operations here in Singapore, what are the some of the differences that you notice between the aesthetic industries in Korea and Singapore? And what do you think is sort of up and coming in Korea that might find its way here to Singapore?
Right. Well, we all know that there's a lot of buzz about the Korean pop, the Korean dramas,
Korean
the
wave,
movies,
right?
the Korean wave, Hallyu. So I think that it's quite an astonishing phenomenon for being a Korean, because when I was brought up in the United States, no one knew where Korea was. You're from China, you're from Japan, and
we have the same
thing.
problem. Singapore is always from China.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really, from a Korean point of view, this is really an amazing time to be a Korean. And obviously the aesthetic scene and the cosmetic, the plastic surgery started a bit earlier, I think, than Singapore, and it's taken off quite faster. So definitely there's a lot more development, a lot more practice of it in Korea. Of course, the population just being larger in number also allows larger number of cases to be done in Korea. So there is a lot more advancement, I would say, currently. But Singapore is catching up quite quickly right now. So I think in Singapore, there's still a lot of, when I talk to people about aesthetic medicine and tell them I'm an aesthetic doctor, there's still a lot of taboo about having Botox or going for a laser or going for a filler. There's still a lot of people who are conservative and think that's really not quite acceptable socially.
But in Korea it's very acceptable, I guess.
In Korea, actually, maybe 10-15 years ago it was similar. Many people would still say, you have Botox, you had your double eyelid surgery, and people keep it a secret as much as they could. But nowadays it's like they brag about, oh yeah, I had my nose done, I had my eyes done. You know, it's sort of like a social status symbol. So I think Singapore is still not at that stage yet, but it will get there soon. So it's just the general social acceptability of aesthetics. It's still, I think, it's getting there. You know, still moving.
We read in the news recently regarding a botched report done in Korea. What's your take on that?
Well, first of all, let me say that in any medical specialty, there's going to be complications. Even in any country, even in Singapore, even in Korea, whichever specialty a doctor is practicing, there can always be complications. And I feel that it's quite unfortunate, first of all, that these things happen. Even if a complication does occur, it's up to the treating doctor, of course, to take responsibility, to ensure that the patient is treated and to alleviate any of the complications that have happened. The government right now in Korea is endorsing medical tourism officially as one of its policies. So there are also departments in place in the government to actually help for these kind of cases who have complications or complaints or dissatisfaction with the treatment they receive. So I think that it's just the fact that many of these patients don't know about this. So that one of the things that I hope to do here is to inform the patient more about what kind of procedures they'll be going for, help relieve the miscommunication that they might be having with the Korean doctor on their side. Also give them some time to think more about what they're doing and what are the implications. Because like I said before, any procedure, any operation has its complications. And in the case that there is a problem, of course there are people they can contact. I'll also be here in Singapore. If they have any problems I can help with, even help to translate or communicate with the Korean side. That's also something I can provide. And I think one thing before that also we should mention is that patients, I think, should know that there are other options before plastic surgery. Some people think that's the only option they have is to put a knife to their face. But actually, as you know, that there are many other non-invasive techniques which can help to enhance or to satisfy what they're looking for. So I think these kinds of counseling is also important to inform the patient about before they just take an airplane and go to Korea for operations.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I've got one question for you.
Sure.
You were talking before about how important it is to have pre and post care for people that are travelling overseas.
Correct.
Is there anything that maybe advice you can give our viewers in that regard?
Sure, no problem. Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Michael Kim and welcome to Aeon Medical and Aesthetic Center. So as we mentioned before, we are a aesthetic center, but in regards to medical tourism to Korea, I feel that it's very important that you are properly informed about the surgery that you're interested in and where you're planning to go. So our center philosophy is that we don't treat anyone or any patient as just a procedure or a package. Everyone is unique and a whole person, so we have a holistic approach to whoever walks through our doors. So when you come, we have packages, consultations available where we will be able to inform you and talk to you about your needs and concerns and interests about plastic surgery if you do have them. And if needed, you might not have to go for plastic surgery, and just with aesthetic, non-invasive procedures may be able to resolve your concerns and your needs here. And so before you go for an operation, if you do decide to go, we will have a comprehensive discussion and consultation about what you request, and then we will liaise with the plastic surgeons in Korea to ensure that you have proper information about where you're going, what the surgery entails, and the risks that are involved. And in case you decide not to go, that's fine, but if in case that you decide to go to Korea for plastic surgery, we will help you throughout the medical process, also including when you come back, to keep in contact with the operating doctor to ensure about when you need stitch out, for example, or what kind of follow-up you require. Any problems or concerns you might have, we'll be able to address them myself if I can. If I'm not able to, then we will contact the operating surgeon directly in Korea and have a discussion and help you as much as we can. So I think it's important that you are able to have the proper information and proper communication done before you go. And that's one of the services that we hope to provide here at Aeon Medical and Aesthetic Center. Thank you.